Good evening, everybody. This is Thursday, January 27th. Welcome to the evening commentary from Market Truth. We're going to go over the indices tonight. I'm going to use the futures instead of the ETFs. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. The levels are the same. I just want to give for those of you who are actually trading the futures. I just want to get those levels out there. The levels haven't changed on the week. So all the levels I've been giving you for the ETFs are still there. So we're going to look at the S&P futures first. The upper right-hand corner, these are the quarterly levels that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. 1302 is that level. Today we traded up to 1298 and a quarter. We're trading down a little bit in the after hours. So we've pretty much tagged, for all practical purposes, we've tagged that quarterly high in the S&P. Again, that's not a signal to get short the market. It's a great signal that if you've been long the market, to maybe take some profits and expect a pullback sometime in probably the next 3 to 5 trading sessions. The lower left, this is our weekly. The weekly this week in the S&P futures is around 1290. The lower right hand corner, this is the intraday levels. You'll see how accurate these intraday levels are. Earlier this morning we traded to the tick 1297 and just under 1298. That was the intraday high volatility level. We tagged it on a wick, came down, not quite down to the intraday low, but close enough. And you'll notice that later on in the day we tagged the intraday high again. Again, these levels are drawn. These are not support and resistance levels. These lines are drawn before the fact. I know it often looks like I'm simply drawing support and resistance lines at double tops and double bottoms, but these lines actually get drawn at the beginning of the day. So they're just very effective. The upper left hand corner, that's the monthly levels. In the S&P futures, that was 1288 when we had a buy signal. This month, not a lot of volatility to get us really much above those levels. Let's take a look at the Russell. That's TF. For those who trade the Russell futures, again, the Russell has been one of the weaker indices. Again, you'll notice on this monthly, this shows up a little bit better than on the IWM ETF. But look at this. I mean, this is about as close. I mean, you can't slice this any better. But this is 770 was the monthly low level for volatility. The actual low on the month was 769.40. That's really, I mean, that's just a great area. So, how do you trade that if you're a Russell trader? Well, if for some reason you happen to get short up at 809.90, and you see the market is not able to penetrate that, you definitely want to cover your short. If you've been in this bull market over the past year and you've been trying to pick spots to buy the market, when you saw that we could not trade through that level, that's where you wanted to pick up some contracts and get long again. The lower right hand corner, this is the intraday. Again, these lines are not drawn after the fact. Intraday low, perfect for day traders out there. We tagged it almost to the tick. That's your buy entry right there. And our high throughout the day, we did trade a little bit above it, but we pretty much held this line 795.30. We pretty much held it all day long. This is the weekly, the lower left hand corner. We had a solid break above the weekly. Let's take a look at the NQ. Pretty much going to see the same thing that you guys have been seeing on the ETFs, just trying to give you a little different flavor here. The NASDAQ has been strong. Again, the NASDAQ's been kind of, popping up and down depending on which companies are reporting earnings. This upper right-hand corner, these are the quarterly levels, 23.43. Pretty much tag that to the tick. Again, we hit that. Lower right-hand corner, these are the intraday levels here. And again, it's not drawn after the fact. They were drawn. These get drawn at more. The lower left hand was the week broke the week on Nasdaq Tuesday going to close. That's where we're in right now. For those parts, I can't think of volatility, and we're not through these levels and because we're waiting for range. It's just on really high next week. The weekly levels until we new levels. So we're going to get past the monthly level going to merge. That'll be our need either the shallow arrangement or able to consistently out. And if that's the case, our side that's going to be the target for picking up some contracts on the long side. But we're really going to watch those monthly levels closely next week. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.